looked over the edge, and there they saw, off in the distance, they could see the special dancers. But right below, they saw all this picnic lunch laid out down there. And they started jumping up and down and going, oh boy, oh boy. And then one of them said, yeah, but big deal, and what good is this going to do us? Because, well, look down, how far down there that is. There's no way we can get all the way back around and off this mesa and down there in time. There's no way. And Coyote said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why do you think I called you guys over here? Listen, I've got this wonderful plan. Now, he said, now you'll go over first, and he'll hold your tail in his mouth. Then I'll put his tail in my mouth. Wait a minute, now, wait a minute. And then this other one, they'll hold my tail, and listen what we're going to do. Do you guys see what we're going to do? You guys see what we're going to do? We're going to make a coyote chain, and we're going to go over the edge. And gradually we'll just go down the side. See, we'll be holding each other by our tails. Isn't that a wonderful idea, he said? Look where all the Marmon houses are, below the village here. We're closer to the river than the rest of the village. I always thought there's something symbolic in about that placement, sort of putting us on the fringe of things. So when I was a kid growing up, the river's really close by. Yeah, I was always really fascinated with the river, and I loved the river very much. But I knew it was a small river, and I never expected it to. I didn't make great demands upon it. I don't know. The river, there were always stories, though, you know. I don't know, you just start hearing about things that... The river's the one place where things can happen that can't or won't ordinarily happen on the middle of the village, obviously. And so what gradually happens with the river is that the river, you begin to know the river sort of in many different ways, sort of simultaneously. And it's not clear to me which comes first, the way the river is or the Yellow Woman stories about the river, which control, you know, which makes... I sometimes think that it's the Yellow Woman stories that makes the river so seductive and sensual, and not the way the river is that adds to the story. There was some point when I began to see when all of those things began to come together, and I think it was when in the writing, and all of these stories and all of these things sort of began to come together, and the river takes on a kind of identity. It becomes a very sort of special place. When I think now about how I've written in the stories, or like in that sort of poetry piece storytelling, suddenly I realize that my sense or my feeling of the river comes from all of these places. That the identity, you know, a lot of people make a mistake when they hear me talk and they hear me laugh about the storytelling, and I think that they don't understand. If people can't listen to you without you being pompous about it, they don't deserve to hear what you have to say anyway. But it is very important, and it's not just gossip, and those aren't just stories. It's the whole basis for what keep the people. That's what keeps the people together. Is everything that they know through all time about each other and about themselves. Indian song, Survival. We went north to escape winter. Climbing pale cliffs, we paused to sleep at the river. Cold water, river cold from the north, I sink my body in the shallow, sink into sand and cold river water. You sleep in the branches of pale river willows above me. I smell you in the silver leaves, mountain lion man. Green willows aren't sweet enough to hide you. I have slept with the river, and he is warmer than any man. At sunrise, I heard ice on the cattails. Mountain lion, with dark yellow eyes, you nibble moonflowers while we wait. I don't ask, why do you come on this desperation journey north? I am hunted for my feathers. I hide in spider's web, hanging in a thin gray tree above the river. In the night I hear music, song of branches, dry leaves scraping the moon. Green spotted frogs sing to the river, and I know he is waiting. Mountain lion shows me the way, paths of mountain wind climbing higher, up to cloudy mountain. It is only a matter of time, Indian. You can't sleep with the river forever. Smell winter and know. I swallow black mountain dirt while you catch hummingbirds, trap them with wild flowers, pollen and petals fallen from the Milky Way. You lay beside me in the sunlight, warmth around us, and you ask me if I still smell winter. Mountain forest wind travels east, and I answer, taste me, I am the wind. Touch me, I am the lean gray deer running on the edge of the rainbow.